Hello and welcome to my mother's stash episode 4. Last time I left you, I said that I didn't know what to knit in April. And I have been thinking in the past week about what I should make. And I'm still not entirely sure. So I invite you to join me in choosing because, as I said, I am not entirely sure. Okay, a little backstory first. Last year I bought this book. Let me just pull it up here. It's New Lace Knitting by Rosemary Hill. And I bought it with the specific purpose of knitting this cardigan. And I actually had some yarns in mind when I bought it. Specifically, I was thinking of making it out of this alpaca fleece from Firculana. It's Indicita. It's not called that anymore. It's called Vieja or not. I don't remember the name. I'll put it down below. And this. The brown would be the body and the red would be the bottom. And I'm still thinking about that. And I'm still thinking that I want to make a garter stitch cardigan. I actually really like the idea of the Shetland lace. It's very much like a hap shawl turned into a cardigan without being one of those where you just have knit a shawl with holes in it and then put sleeves on afterwards. So it fits. There's this one thing about the fact that it's open in the front here is not really my style. I was thinking of adding a shawl color on it, but then I'm not sure whether it will be too feminine. It's also knit on 3.5mm needles, so I feel like I need something easy right now because I had some issues with my socks in March that I need something that's just flies off the needles kind of thing. Okay, so that's one thing I was thinking of making. Then I bought this pattern in January and I wanted to make that sweater with this yarn, which is designclub.dk silk merino. But after I bought the pattern, I discovered that I didn't actually have enough of this to make that. And then I started making it in the alpaca, but then I also discovered that I didn't have enough of that to make this. I still want to make this. And I tried many different things. I was thinking at first that I could knit it without the shawl color and then knit a shawl color on in another color. Like this. And I like these two colors together a lot, actually. But I don't know if that is what I want to do. I'm not sure. I actually feel like I want this sweater to be just one color because I want it to be very simple, everyday sweater. And as I mentioned in the last video, I bought 1,000 grams of fingering weight cashmere merino for a sweater for my husband, but obviously a fingering weight sweater is not going to use up 1,000 grams of yarn. I just knitted a worsted weight sweater for my son and I used 450 grams, so it's going to use less. And this one needs around 500-600 grams, so I think I'm going to postpone this one to the fall. That's where I am right now. I was thinking of knitting this, and this one is DK. And that's the thing. In DK weight, I do not have enough of this alpaca to knit that sweater. I do have enough in this if I do it in fingering. But I'm not sure I want to make a sweater in fingering weight right now. I'm too impatient right now. I want something that flies off the needle. So it's the style I want, but not really the thing that I want. I have been thinking, and it's very close to this one, right? They're except this one has a lace, but it's a raglan garter stitch sweater. So I was thinking maybe I could do something that was like a mixture. I don't know. I would prefer this to be one color. Just one color and nothing else. So I have two options. One is that I make it short sleeved like this one. If I don't have enough yarn, I can just end it here and not make it long sleeve. And then it's also, it would give me a bigger span where I could use it in the climate I'm living in. Or I could add the red towards the end of the sleeves. I could start striping in the red to make it fade. Yarn store that is my most local yarn store has a brown that is very close. Brown alpaca fingering weight. That's very close to this. And I could stripe that in. And I could buy 100 grams. And then I have enough to make a DK weight version. Make that one. Exactly. Right? Okay. So that's 3 options. And I think I've rejected this one for now. Okay. Then I have 2 options more that are not cardigans. They're still for me. One is that this one is on my Make 9 this year. And it is a shadow shawl. Oh, can you see the shadowing? Yeah, like this. Can you see it? How it's striping the other way when I hold it like that. Okay. With this, so it's going to be not just tiger stripes, but rainbow. This is rainbow coney. And I have a lot of this. So this here is from the book Shadow Knitting from Vivian Högsbro. And it's actually a pattern I've been thinking about doing for many years. Yeah, it's a wingspan shawl, so it's 2 diamonds. Yeah, here, like this. But this is then going to be rainbow striped. Let me just pull up a picture of what that looks like. There. So this is what that would look like. And this is on my Make 9, and I really want to do it. On the other hand, I'm also scared that it's going to get too hot to sit with a large shawl on my lap. That's going to be true until September, at least. So I don't know what to do about that. I need to have a table in front of me or something to make sure that it's not sitting on my lap. Okay, so that was the 4th option or whatever. And the last option that I have in my not queue, but that I'm thinking of doing is this, and I wanted to do it in colors that looked like this. So I have this, and I think they look the same. There's 4 different purples that would be the bottom color, and then these 3 would be the contrasts. I have 150 grams of this pink, and then I have 50 or 100 grams of each of these. This is just a little leftover here. But this is lace weight, and these 2 are sport, so I would have to hold these double in order to get it. But I'm not sure about this as a bottom color. I don't really like this purple very much. I like the others. I like the contrast. I love them, but I'm not really too keen on that. So I need to swatch with it to make up my mind. So I also have other options, but I'm not really leaning towards those. I think I need to swatch with the colors for this one in order to see if I like it or not, because I'm not sure about the bottom color. I also am not sure whether I should buy the pattern or try to wing it. I think I might need to buy the pattern. Not because I can figure out how to do most of it, but she has an I-cord on the edge here. I don't know if you can see it. She has an I-cord on the edge, and this shawl color here, it doubles over. So it has to be neat on both sides, and it's only in the base color. The I-cord is not striped. And I think I know how to do an I-cord that isn't striped, but also doing an I-cord that isn't striped and it's neat on both sides. I don't know if I know how to do that, and I really want to do that because I like that look better, and I would use it in the future for other projects like mosaic knitting projects, etc. So I don't know exactly. It's 16 euros just to get that technique. On the other hand, 16 euros for a class on neat finishings, I don't know, that's not bad. If I took a master class at 16 euros, that would be fair, right? So I think I might buy this pattern, even if I know how to make it without. Yeah. But I'll just make a swatch and then I'll come back. Okay, this is Dawn from the future. The last clip I had taped was very faulty, to say the least. My computer seems to not be able to handle the graphics that I'm recording. So right now I'm recording on my webcam, so that's why the quality is a lot worse. So I knitted my swatch and I don't like the color. Like, the stripes are good, but I don't like the light color. It's too muted and you can't see it here, but I don't like it. So I went on Amazon and I found some dye, and I wanted to get some food coloring dye, and the type that I wanted wasn't available day-to-day delivery, so I'm not going to get it until mid to end April. So that decides it for me. I'm not going to make this project now. I went back and looked at the photos of the vest on Ravelry, and I found some pictures of the yarn that was used in the purple version of the vest, and it was a lot darker. It's very dark and a lot darker than the contrasts. So I'm going to try dye this yarn into that color. I'll put a picture of the yarn here. So I'm either going to use the alpaca and make a cardigan for myself, or I'm going to use the rainbow yarn and make the shawl. The advantage of the shawl is that it's from a book, and the guys from Needles at the Ready have a book mail, and the girls from Pine Barren Knits have a shawl mail, so I could participate in 2 knit-alongs at the same time as doing that. I think I'm leaning towards that right now, but I have a few days to decide. So that's that. Thanks for now, and thank you very much for watching if you watched this far. Bye.